Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, October 10th, 2017. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, cancer is associated with being overweight or on the rise. Test results for the TN Ready program have been released. We have good news on the progress of the new Tullahoma Animal Shelter, and the Tullahoma Wildcats staged a huge comeback at Wilkins Stadium last Friday night. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck. Chevy, Ford, and Ram, man. Russell's got your truck. With the best selection anywhere. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and man, do we ever have your truck. 4 brands, hundreds to choose from, all at year-end discounted prices. So with so much to choose from, my question is, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
Russell's got your truck, man.
Welcome back. Cancers associated with overweight and obesity make up 40% of all cancers diagnosed in the United States, with more than 630,000 people in the U.S. affected. This according to the latest vital signs report by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Overweight and obesity are associated with increased risk of 13 types of cancer. Overall, the rate of new cancer cases has decreased since the 1990s, but increases in overweight and obesity-related cancers are likely slowing this progress. About 2 in 3 weight-related cancer diagnoses occurred in adults 50 to 74 years old. The rates of obesity-related cancers, not including colorectal cancer, increased by 7% between 2005 and 2014. The rates of non-obesity-related cancers actually declined during that time frame. CDC Director Dr. Brenda Fitzgerald said, quote, "A majority of American adults weigh more than recommended, and being overweight or obese puts people at higher risk for a number of cancers. So these findings are a cause for concern. By getting to and keeping a healthy weight, we can all play a role in cancer prevention," end quote. In 2013-2014, about 2 out of 3 adults in the U.S. were overweight. Education Commissioner Candace McQueen announced TN Ready results for students in grades 3 through 8 last week, following an extended scoring and review process led by Tennessee educators. With these results, elementary and middle school students have set a new baseline for future growth, now aligned with the state's high school reset last year, based on the Tennessee academic standards that will better ensure all students are on track for the next step in their education journey. This was the first year of TN Ready for grades 3 through 8, and achievement results for English and math cannot be compared to prior TCAP scores. Instead, they set a new baseline for future growth. TN Ready scores fall into one of 4 achievement levels: mastered, on track, approaching, and below grade level expectations. The new categories aim to help teachers and parents more easily identify which students may need additional support and which students are ready to excel, which is the goal of state assessments. Along with the new achievement levels, families and teachers will receive new score reports to help them support each student's individual needs. For TN Ready English grades in grades 3 through 8, 5.7% of students are considered as having mastered the content, 28.1% are on track, 44.7% are approaching, and 21.5% are below grade level expectations. TN Ready grades grades 3 through 8 in math, 8.9% of students are considered mastered, 29.1% are on track, 36.1% are approaching, and 25.9% are below grade level expectations. The 2016-2017 science exams were similar to previous years' TCAP test, but will transition to a dynamic exam that will assess the more rigorous scientific standards when those are implemented in the 2018-2019 school year. The Tullahoma Wildcats trailed Lawrence County 22-7 at halftime Friday night at Wilkins Stadium in Tullahoma, but came roaring back in the second half to get the win 29-22. Coach John Olive talked about his team's dramatic come-from-behind victory Saturday morning on the fifth quarter show, aired here on Channel 193.
I wish I could understand why we start so slow.
Yeah.
And we actually started, it looked like pretty fast, but then we self-destruct, and instead of us being up 14-0, we find ourselves down 14-0.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of a weird start, and obviously we were behind at halftime 22-7. And as our young men have done all year long, they don't quit.
Nope.
And sometimes we dig ourselves into too deep of a hole. But this time the defense pitched a shutout in the second half.
Sure did.
And gave the offense 2 short fields.
Right.
And that was the difference in the ball game.
And there's a young man in here this morning, Cooper Lawson. We're glad to have him in. Cooper had a good ball game last night.
He did. He stepped in there for Bryson when Bryson hyperextended his knee and played well for us at linebacker. He and that left offensive tackle, he got to know the offensive tackle's belly button quite well.
That's
but
right.
He was one of the ones that got one of those
got a fumble recovery. Sure
that
did.
Gave the offense a short porch, and we were able to stick it in there. So defense played really, really well in the second half. Didn't play terrible in the first half. We just didn't tackle very well.
Right.
We were in position. We just didn't wrap.
And when our offense got in position and got where we usually could push the ball on in, we, like you say, we had. Well, you'll see it on the film. Some things happen, and that's football. That's why they make that thing that way.
We'll be right back with more Newsleader on 6.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 different locations, 8 new car franchises, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a certified collision center with lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental. Let our family exceed your expectations at the Russell Barnett Automotive family. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Tullahoma Community Coordinator Winston Brooks stopped by our studios to bring us some good news on the Tullahoma Animal Shelter and an update on the city's downtown Wi-Fi system.
We're working on is the downtown Wi-Fi project.
Yeah, tell us about that.
And so now that when you go downtown, check out your Wi-Fi settings and look for the Tullahoma Light Tube Wi-Fi. And log on. It's totally free, and let us know how it's working. We're working with the TUA and the TCAT folks out of Shelbyville, which, by the way, a fabulous organization here in the area. They have been helping us fine-tune that signal so we can get the most out of it. But
is there a password?
No password.
No password.
You just have to click I agree to the terms of service.
Okay.
Which says, you can't do this and you can't do that, and
nobody's going to read all of that anyway, so just say I agree.
Right. But basically what it does say is that you're not supposed to be downloading BitTorrents and huge amounts of movies and other copyrighted materials or illegal materials.
When you're in a situation like that, you don't want to be sending a bunch of personal stuff that you don't want the world to know about, because it's pretty much an open deal, isn't it?
You're exactly right. So free Wi-Fi is, there's definitely a security risk there, and people do need to be careful when they're using that, not to use it for transactional purposes or share a bunch of personal data. And but the Wi-Fi is up and working. It's going to get better. Like they're fine-tuning the signal strength. But we want to invite everyone to come down into the area and try that out. I think everyone will enjoy being able to jump on the Wi-Fi while they're waiting on meals or shopping. And the next step.
Our kid can sit down there and do their homework. Go research a library book or something.
Exactly. Watch a show, watch this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And but the next step in it, which is going to be really cool, is we're working with a couple of the really smart interns out at the TCAT in Shelbyville, and their name JP and Patience, and the director of the program up there is a guy named Steve Mallard, and they have put together a program to teach the business owners down there how to take advantage of Wi-Fi, the marketing on the Wi-Fi, and also teach them about security on using these types of networks. And then they're also going to have some public seminars to teach
that's wonderful.
The public same. So watch for that, and hopefully people will really enjoy being downtown and taking a little extra time using that. And now the exciting thing is that Mayor Curley did get the funding in place for the new animal shelter. So within the next few years, they will start groundbreaking of that new animal shelter.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Part of that had to do with the authority, the Tullahoma Utilities Board becoming an authority, and so that debt was taken off the city books, and so that gave us the opportunity to do
freed up some things
for some capital improvement.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Yep, so
that's really
that
good.
Is exciting. Yep, and again, there's been some very generous anonymous donors who have made large contributions to that, and that's going to go a long ways in making that an excellent facility. So that's something to look forward to as well.
We'll be right back after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Award-winning entertainer Becky Bueller will be performing this Saturday night at the South Jackson Civic Center. Fran Grace spoke recently with Becky about her upcoming show.
I am here today on the cabin on the grounds of South Jackson Civic Center, where my friend Becky Bueller has come and played a little tune for us. Becky, we're so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be coming back October 14th with my band. Thank you for inviting us.
Oh, we are delighted. Our Performing Arts Series kicks off, as Becky said, October 14th, when Becky and her magnificent bandmates join her on stage, 7:30, South Jackson Civic Center. Becky and I are Coffee County girls. I'm originally, and she imported 20 years ago. Can you imagine, to Tennessee?
Went to Tennessee,
Tennessee.
20 years this year, and going on 9 here in Coffee County.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we have been blessed by Becky's friendship and her musicianship, and we're just delighted. Becky, tell us what wonderful things coming up next week in your life.
Oh, well, next week I'm going to be at the International Bluegrass Music Association's World Bluegrass Conference. And they have the award show on Thursday night, and my banjo player, Ned Lubarecki, is up for Banjo Player of the Year. It's his first nomination. We are so proud of him, and I'm really proud to be up for Fiddle Player of the Year again this year.
Oh, yes. And you know, Becky made history last year when she won the Fiddle Player of the Year and Female Vocalist of the Year. First time that's ever happened. So, and she won several awards the year before, and we are thrilled. And it all started when she learned about ETSU, East Tennessee State University, in Johnson City, where she came as a determined young woman from Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah. Yep. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I grew up playing bluegrass music with my family. Folks probably don't know that bluegrass music is actually big all over the world, not just in the South, even though this is where it got its start, with Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys coming out of Kentucky playing on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, and but it, you know, that music was broadcast out all over the world. So we have a really wonderful bluegrass community in Minnesota, and that's what I grew up learning and playing and doing and traveling with my family band just regionally. And then I came down to East Tennessee State University in '97 and ended up graduating in 2001 with a public relations degree. But I've been in the music industry ever since, playing mostly with Valerie Smith and Liberty Pike, and Darren and Brooke Aldridge, and now my own band for the last about 3 seasons. Yeah, and but I moved this way when I took the job with Val, and then met my husband, and he's from Manchester, Jeff Haley, and that's where we live. We love it. I love it, my adopted hometown.
Yes, well, we are thrilled to have you here. And tell me, Becky and Jeff have a 4-year-old daughter, Romy. Is she playing fiddle yet?
Well, she's kind of playing at the fiddle. She has several instruments and kind of treats them all like toys, but she's about to start piano lessons, which is how I started when I was 5. So getting her started just a little bit earlier. We'll see how it goes, see if she's ready for this. She keeps saying she wants to play harp.
Oh, wonderful.
And I asked her a Charlie McCoy harp or an angel harp, but she said an angel harp. So she saw a harp at the Nashville Symphony last Christmas, and she's been talking about it ever since. So we'll see what happens with that. You know, Jeff and I said we're gonna wait just a little bit. But if she keeps talking about it, we'll get her a little harp or something.
Well, it sounds like strings are involved, whether it's piano,
exactly.
fiddle, and of course Jeff is a great guitarist himself.
And he plays bass too.
So it's a musical family. Next generation.
Yeah, my whole family plays, Jeff's whole family plays, and it's great when my parents come down from Minnesota and we get together with Jeff's family and we jam. It's just really a sweet time. I'm so blessed. I have an awesome family here and an awesome family back home in Minnesota.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. And thank you for sharing that. Now, you've got 4 guys who are backing you up.
Yes,
with the band.
yes. And then we have our sound guys. So there are 6 of us total, 5 on stage, 1 out front. And we've got Ned Luberecki on the banjo. We've got Professor Dan Boner from East Tennessee State University on the guitar. We've got Nate Lee, who is originally from Texas but now lives in Nashville. He's a 2015 IBMA Momentum Award winner. He's on mandolin and fiddle. And then we have Daniel Harden, who by day he works at Jack Daniels in his hometown of Lynchburg, Tennessee, of course, making whiskey, and they've been letting him off to play music with us, so we're really grateful for that. So I'm sure we'll have lots of his friends and relations with us as well as mine, and we're just really looking forward to it. It's a great band. They are so much fun. They make it easy on me. And then we got CJ Garskoff as our sound guy, but we just treat him like he's one of us. He's one of the band.
That's right. He's a very important part of the band.
He is great. We're so grateful to have him along.
Oh, well, we can hardly wait. That's October 14th. If you want to get tickets online, go to www.southjackson.org or come by our office here at the Civic Center. Call us at 455-5321 and we'll find that special seat for you. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you real soon.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up in a moment.
Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has proudly served your auto rental for over 30 years. Check out this huge selection to choose from. Small car, mid-size car, full-size car, crossover vehicle, SUV, minivan, pickup trucks, 12 and 15 passenger vans. Whether big or small, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has them all. Stop by our 2 locations to serve you, Tullahoma and in Winchester. And remember, my question is, why rent anywhere else?
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. The annual Kiwanis Club 41A Music and Arts Festival was a huge success again this year. Let's watch this performance by the Chase Clanton Band as they perform Born to Be Wild.
Yeah, darling, gonna make it happen.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell, along with Tullahoma Fire Chief Richard Chasteen, who will be competing for your blood. Tune in for the details. We'll hear from artist John Buffington, who currently has an exhibit at the Tullahoma Arts Center. All that and more on this week's Living. We'll be right back in a moment with your weather forecast.
I have 30 seconds to tell you about RussellBarnett.com. We're going to find over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get your trade appraised, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get financing done, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get collision repair assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get auto rental assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We are the one-stop shop, one click away. Why click anywhere else?
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1928 at 87 degrees. The record low was in 2000 at 28 degrees. Average high on this day is 74 and the average low is 48. Mostly cloudy weather expected tonight with a low of around 58. Partly cloudy weather forecast for Wednesday with a high of 76 and make that a high of 78 and a low of 56, and mostly sunny weather in the forecast for Thursday with a high of 77 and a low of 55. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.